Yep. Hey, you know what time it is. You know you're lovable, or if you don't, I'm here to remind you. You are worthy of your own love, so I hope you're loving yourself at least just a little bit more. That's what I'm here to practice doing. Checking in with my body. My future's pretty bright, so I got my shades on so I don't blind myself with my own shininess. Perhaps you can tell I'm feeling a bit better today, and that's always a nice thing to be able to say authentically. As usual, I'm here to check in with my body, dissipate some stress, let go of some of yesterday, make way for today right now. And I invite you to join me to whatever degree feels good in your body. I remind you there's not one way. You can dress however you want. You don't have to brush your hair if you don't want to. You could wear your hat if you feel like it. Boots or no boots. You could do your wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man or woman impression. Take a couple deep breaths. Enjoy a heavy sigh or two. Maybe wave your arms around in some kind of creative way. Just be a little silly. Let go of some stress. Put your hands in the air like you just don't care. Take a deep breath and then just let it go. Let's do that like 2 more times. Ready? Hands in the air like I just don't care. And then enjoying a nice, delicious sigh. Let's do that one more time. I'm keeping my shades on because I like them. Breathing in lightheartedness. Breathing out lightheartedness. It's my last day to enjoy my living room all to myself. I thought I would just take advantage of that to the full capacity that I have, to the little bit more nth degree. I'm going to do a little spinal twisting here with the arms for, the hands for weights on the arms. Just loosen things up. And let's do some more wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man and woman impressions. Let's get into it. Come on. I better even it out on the other side. Can get into it. Get artistic about it. Take some artistic license. Act like the wind is on your side and in your favor. Whatever you want. It's your life. You can live it how you like it. So there. I'm gonna take a couple of breaths to simmer down now a little bit. Root myself into the center of the earth. Bringing my attention into the bottoms of my feet. Connecting to the center of the sky. Kind of stretch myself out between the two. And then I'm going to take a slow roll down, just checking in with the spine. Got some stuff, some things talking to me in there, just noticing. Coming on down, slower the better. And past the waist to the hips to just hang here. I'm going to bend the knees if need be. Put the hands on the floor. And just relaxing the belly, relaxing the back. Hanging here in a forward fold. Enjoying a couple more sighs as feels appropriate. And then pushing from the bottoms of the feet, center of the earth, I'm going to roll back up. One vertebrae at a time, just checking in with the spine, noticing wiggle the shoulders out a little bit. I'm going to take another forward fold, this time with a relatively flat back. Again, from the hips, making sure not to lock the knees, swan diving down toward the ground. Letting go of the head and neck, letting go of the belly, letting go of the back, but keeping the hat and the sunglasses. So there. And bend the knees, swing the arms back, and lifting the eyes, chest, and arms. Easy now. Pushing the belly forward. Got a little lightheaded there. And just giving the body a breath or so to relax into that if possible. Coming back to center, shake that out. You have my permission to heavily sigh at will and move about the cabin as you wish. I'm going to give myself a nice hug, not from the hips, but from the waist. So pulling back in the waist and up in the pelvic floor, left elbow over right, pulling the shoulder blades apart from each other, tuck in the chin, tuck in the tailbone. Just really getting into that curved sensation through the spine and giving myself a nice hug. The shoulders a squeeze. And then releasing all that from the hips all the way down towards the floor. Don't forget to sing your life a little bit if you can. A little bit more. Releasing through the belly for a wind up, starting at the pelvic floor, through the belly, through the spine, on up to the shoulders and the neck. Let's give that a little jostle there, and then I'm going to give myself a hug with the right elbow over the left. I do a britches adjustment. And again, pulling up in the pelvic floor, back in the abdomen. Right elbow over left this time. And again, tucking the chin, tucking the tailbone. Give myself a nice hug and a nice squeeze through the shoulders. Or whatever feels good. It feels good to me to push through the shoulders into that curve and push into the spine. And then on the exhale, I'm going to release all that. Again, from the hips. Releasing through the belly, releasing through the back. Let's bring the arms together back here for just a bonus stretch. Whoa, whoa, hat. Don't you go nowhere. I feel you trying to get away. Yes, I was talking to my hat. Was I talking to you? I was talking. It's not a hat, I know, but that's what I'll call it. I'm going to push from the bottoms of the feet and roll on up. Shake that out through the shoulders. Making a little stretch sacrifice to keep the hat and sunglasses there. I don't know if you caught that, but you're welcome. And thank you. Do some more free arm swinging. I don't know why I feel like I gotta get a little extra silly in. I think I fell into a little bit of a silly deficit there. Perhaps it's all about riding the waves, finding some balance. I like riding the waves. I'm kind of a woo kind of a person. So, in case you didn't know, there you go. I'm gonna step back into a little bit of lunging, stepping back with the left foot first. pushing into that back heel, pulling the hips onto the perpendicular line, feet on relatively parallel lines, checking that the front knee isn't crunching past the front toes, pushing into that back heel, tipping the tailbone under a little bit. Just enjoying that nice upright line through the core. Just listening to the body. It's got some sensitive spots today. That's right. I'll give it some extra love. A little extra breathing. I'm going to slide that back foot out a little further until it comes off the heel onto the toe, coming into a deeper lunge, and then bringing both hands down on either side of that front foot for a nice deep lunge, and then straightening that front leg, still pulling the hips onto the perpendicular line and draping the upper body over the lower body. Relaxing again, aiming my chin for my toes. I'm going to I'm going to lick my hands so they don't slide on my tile floor, because that's the thing I do sometimes. And then I'm going to bring this front foot back to meet the back foot. Don't worry, I'm going to mop the floor later. And anyway, pushing into those heels, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head. I'm going to swing the body forward, keeping those legs together, lifting the eyes and chest, making sure not to sink in the shoulders. I like to kind of rock on those toes a little bit to shake that stretch of the lower front of the midsection. Heavens, something like that. The belly, that's what I was trying to say. Releasing through the belly, letting that relax. I'm going to gaze over the left shoulder, making confirmation of heels, getting a nice stretch through the right side of the belly, and coming back to center. Add some tongue stretch there for good measure, and then gazing over the right, getting a nice stretch on the left of the belly. Heels are still there. Check. And I'm going to lift the hips, pushing through the palms of the hands, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pushing into those heels. And swinging that left foot forward into a nice deep lunge. Enjoying a little bounce there before I step forward with the back foot into another forward fold. And then I'm going to roll up slowly, coming back to front and center. Shake that out. Let's do a little wacky, wavy, inflatable arm tube man. I'm trying to get centered. Right off center. I'm going to step back with the right foot into another moderate lunge, and again pulling the hips onto the perpendicular line, pushing the feet into parallel lines, pushing into that back heel, checking that this front knee isn't crunching past the front toes, tucking the tailbone under a little bit, looking for that nice firm, strong line through the core, supported with the abdomen and the spine. Get that little loving rub because it's tender in there. Too for balance. Just enjoying that for a breath or so. And then I'm going to continue to slide that back foot out. Slowly, still pushing into that heel until I come off the heel, onto those toes, into a nice deep lunge, and bringing both hands down on either side of that front foot for a deep lunge there, and then straightening that front foot, draping the upper body over the lower body, still pulling these hips onto the perpendicular line, pulling the back hip forward, forward hip back. pushing again into that back heel, aiming my chin for my toes, relaxing the belly, relaxing the upper body, relaxing the leg too for that matter. And then bringing a weight onto my hands. Well, hold on. I gotta bend that knee a little bit to lick the palms so they stick. And then bring this front foot back to meet the back foot. It's amazing what a little spit will do, huh? You can quote me on that. Pushing through the palms, sticky palms, through the spine, tucking the tailbone, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pushing into these heels. Let's tread those a little bit. Bending the right, pushing into the left, bending the left, pushing into the right, and again pushing into the left, and pushing into the right, pushing into both heels, pressing the heart toward the center of the earth, long spine, and I'm going to swing forward. Let's come into a plank position this time for one push-up. I like to do one push-up at least, keeping the arms in close to the body, coming down slowly, holding here, pushing up slowly, feeling the weakness. I gotta get back on track with those, and I will. I am. Here I am. Lifting the hips, pushing back through the palms of the hands, through the spine, tipping the tailbone toward the back of the head, pressing into those heels. Releasing the belly, getting even more of a stretch through the front of the body. And then I'm going to step forward with that right foot in between the hands for a nice deep lunge on that side. I like to bounce in the deep lunge a little bit. If you don't like bouncing, then don't bounce. And if you do, then do. That's what I like to say. I'm going to step forward with the back foot. And again, hang here in a forward fold for a breath or so, just releasing through the back, through the belly, through the shoulders, through the neck, but not through the hat. I'm gonna bend the knees, swing the arms back, lifting the arms and eyes and chest, giving the body a moment to settle the dizzy. It's all right. Relax into that a little bit. And then coming back to center. Just going to shake all that out. Let's do a little free arm swinging. Little body check-in. I'm going to do a little more arm check-in because I use the arms a lot. Put a lot of stagnation in there. Start with a little of this. And with a little of that. I'll bring the left arm across the body, holding on with the right arm. So wiggle the shoulder around and wiggle the wrist around. Wiggling that back and forth, just loosening it up. Noticing where there's chunks, where there's tension. I got chronic chunks in the shoulder. It's not good to just ka-chunk it, by the way, like I was just doing. But it is good to listen to the body now and then in its ka-chunks lovingly. And notice, I'm going to just shake that out. Stop making my shoulder conscious about its ka-chunking over there. Let's bring the other side over. Holding on to the right with the left. I'm going to wiggle that shoulder around. And wiggle that wrist around. Kind of wiggle it all around. Go back and forth this side today. That's good. Just loosening that up. Like I said, there's not one right way, not one wrong way. I'm sure there are people who would disagree with me, but I'm just here to encourage you to let go of some stress, play a little bit in your body, explore some movement. Wiggle your shoulders around, wiggle your fingers around, wiggle your hips around, wiggle your feet around. Ooh, some good chunks over there. Right. I hope you're choosing joy. I hope you're choosing to love yourself at least a little bit more. You can trust me to be out here doing my best to be doing that. I thank you for doing your best. Rich, quick, it's great to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Happy day to you. Till next time, peace.